You know that Renee Moses? I do believe she is quite prophetic because she uses scriptures and the heavens and all the things that God said a person that is prophetic and of God would witness by. She has a lot of light in her, you know. She was right, man. May 28th, 27. That's literally when I like perfected like my power, man. I've been working on this about a decade now. And I'm finally perfecting it. She was right around the 27th. And she started it on the 7th. I told you, watch the 7th. Watch the 11th. 15 hours ago, see the 17th. I perfected it to the first degree. It was in the night. I started on the 16th, which was really like the 17th. It was like the night of the 16th. And just before that, I started a new power on the actual 26th. Like, it's funny because my brother just passed away, and it seems like the great positive influence I got from him. It seems like all my family members, when they passed, they gave me some kind of blessing or something. So much more to that. I told you, watch the 7s. She called it, bro. I had no idea that she was going to call it so good. Like, that's why I follow her, even though she keeps thinking it's going to be a rapture. But instead of it being a rapture, it's usually like, maybe I rapture another world or worlds. That has happened on those days. Like I beat this one world, and it was like this big robot, and I just knocked it over with this big rod and just bashed it. It was pretty funny. Like, I would have dreams and stuff. My dreams of things happening in general. And that's why they don't want us to rest, because when you rest, you're not present in the body, you're present with God. And yeah, I'm just going to go into the events that were triggered by this. And yeah, she was right, though. That particular day, like the 7th and the 8th. Is today the 8th now? I'm pretty sure it's the 8th now, yeah. What's today? 7777. It's 4 sevens. And what's about to happen? For the first time in history, we're about to have a team, the Celtics. Like, this all started with my that's why I told you, if I was a betting man, I would bet on Boston. Just simply because that's where my ministry began. Like, it started with the prediction of the Boston bombing a decade ago. In 2013, that was when my ministry began. That's when this whole thing started. And my war started, and it was like Goku versus Beerus. Like, me versus the devil, you might call him, or the Antichrist. It was Obama, I'm not gonna lie. You mean, who else could it be? He has to be, a gay person, and he's gay. Everybody knows Michelle is not really a female. She's like a transgender, and it's not really a female. And so he denies the desire of woman, like, it's clearly him, but, like, you guys just have your own clouded, delusional beliefs that you have based on racism. You think that God's anti would be anything besides like what he is. Like, it's like, just like in Doomslayer. There's me, and then I'm the Doomslayer, and then there's this anti. Where is this at? Like the betrayed, they call him the betrayed. It's just me all day, though. You see? He's the betrayed Dark Lord. It's the Doomslayer. It's just like, who else could it be? That's gonna be like their leader. It's the anti-him. And then basically there's this big war, just like in Avengers, Infinity, what was it, in-game war or something like that. I don't really keep up with that stuff. I just notice it related to me. And yeah, like, let me go back here and make sure I understand this shit. It's legit, man. That's all I can say about it. I don't want to get too deep into it. That's why she talks about this. Obama versus she thinks it's Obama versus Trump. Trump is Saul 2.0. He's not your friend. He's just basically like something God gave you to be like, okay, but Saul, who did more damage to David than anybody? It wasn't any of the enemy armies. It was Saul. He was the biggest thorn in the side of David. And who's David? David's symbolic of the line of Judah. That is actually a man. Jesus is not a son of David. I am. I'm a male. I'm a son of man. I'm the son of man, right? But Jesus is the son of God. His father is God. His father is not a man. So his father is not of Judah. He's not of any tribe. He's God himself. Like y'all gotta like open your head to really get this stuff. So this 40-day thing, Forever 40 is about to be the fourth. They're the fourth team. The Celtics are the fourth team. I remember I started my ministry with that. Didn't tell y'all that. They're the fourth team to do this, but it's different. The fourth team that come back and make it a game 7 when they're 3-0 at the beginning. And I didn't even realize that this miracle was probably going to happen. I thought Miami had a finish. I was bringing up the sweet room, even though I like the Celtics. But I really like Jimmy Butler, as well. People underestimate him. That's really Michael Jordan's son. Like, you don't understand how politics are. Like, Michael Jordan's not going to let you know that's his son, because it'll ruin his image. But that's clearly his son. Like, it's not even close. Like, it's just this era is much more difficult than the old era. And the best player ever was Wilt Chamberlain. 100 points, blocking sky hooks when nobody else can. Like, he's the best of both worlds. He's faster than anybody on the court. He jumps higher. You guys are epically retarded to not understand what kind of a machine Wilt Chamberlain was. They changed rules to nerf him. And they made rules to help Michael Jordan. They made rules to nerf Wilt Chamberlain. You guys got no clue. Anyways, and I think I'm one of the best basketball players ever personally, but I know damn well Wilt Chamberlain is the best. Best physical specimen made for basketball. I'm the best warrior. That's what I'm good at. Like, I'm built for that. For battle, fighting, boxing. That's what I'm good at. Basketball, I don't have big giant gloves, size hands. I have nice small hands. I'll slip right through your guard. But anyway, so let me just get to these events now. Like, I've been predicting stuff. I think Boston's basically going to come back. Like, they're going to really do it. The difference is they're going to be the first team to do this. And then the fourth one, right? They're going to overcome it because they're going back home. They're going back home. But they beat, like, been on the streak. 2 of them, their streak was at the home of Miami. And Miami, their defense is just not going to win it. Like, that's what's been causing them the losses. Because, like, how can you not box that guy out? They were sitting there watching the ball when it hit, expecting to win, instead of boxing out and doing what they needed to do to finish. Like, that tells you they don't have a winning mentality. And there's too many people on the team that are just, like, depending on Jimmy to do everything. Y'all ain't going to want to see them next year. But I'm going to go out there, and I think that it's possible. It's very likely that Boston can be the first team to do it. I couldn't even believe it. The only reason I believe it mostly is because, like I said, my ministry started 10 years ago. It started 10 years ago, and this is, like, all related to it. But actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut it right here. I'm going to make this part 1, and then I'm going to make a part 2. Just footage. Just gonna, I ain't going to talk. Y'all understand what's going on. Now I'm going to get into the footage. You're going to see the fleets. You're going to see me talking to the son. You're going to see a second son. All sorts of things. I didn't mean to leave that open. Yeah, I'm going to do this in 2 parts.